Hello. Hope you're keeping well. Just a kind of random live. Just done a really nice, almost 2 hour kind of live review of Raggy. Really, really enjoyed that. He's a top guy, and thanks again to if any of you guys watched that. If not, check it out. And thanks to Raggy as well for coming on. He's just a breath of fresh air of it all. Just done a couple of quick reviews. I'm just going to actually take a photograph of the beer I've got there while I'm here. That's good. Pardon me. So I've actually got 3 beers on the go at the moment. That's going to be my lot for tonight. So I had a few earlier, of course. So yeah, that's it. Let's have a look. See what comments we got going on here. Why is everyone going live on a Sunday? Yeah, it was. It really, in different ways, we're quite similar. Stuff. He talks, and that helps me. And when someone talks to him, I think that helps him. And we just kind of, it felt like we kind of bounced off each other, in that regard, which is really good. Anyway, hopefully you can join, Adam. I've sent the link out to you, so hopefully you can jump on if you're not too busy. So, but yeah, let me just sort this camera setting out just until if people turn up, then I'll reduce the setting. We'll put it like that for now, and hopefully just give me any feedback to see if it is actually, if it's blurry or anything. That'd be really cool. So I noticed one the other day was a bit rank. It was a bit but yeah, anyway, what I'm on drinking now, I've got 3 beers on the go, and that's going to be a lot for tonight. So I reviewed this earlier, much earlier. I've still got the beer here. So from Good H Brewing Company out of Cornwall, their Magic Gardens Mosaic IPA, 5.7%. And yeah, not bad. Another review, that'll be posted this coming week. A few more comments then from Adam, of course. Let me see what I can do. Just put the dinner in the oven and yeah, no worries. If you're around, you're around. I'm just going to, once my beer runs out, then it'll be finished, kind of thing. There's a little delay. Okay, so let me just drop the camera resolution back down to 480p and see how that works. 480p, see how that works. Is that any better? I'm noticing there is a lag when I'm actually watching it, which is StreamYard. It's a StreamYard thing. So hopefully, it was all right earlier. It felt really decent earlier, but for some reason now it's gone a little bit laggy. I'm noticing a little bit blah blah blah, whatever. So maybe some people will join and see how it goes. If not, just sip these and talk shit and all that sort of stuff. Just catching up on my Instagram. Sorry. Right, sorry about that. Hopefully there's not a lag going on. Anyway, the second beer that I've literally just reviewed this one as well. It's from Burning Sky Lupolo. I don't know how you pronounce that. Lupolo Pills from Burning Sky. This is a 5.2% German style Pilsner. Drinking fabulously, I have to say. Review of that will be coming up in the not too distant future. And then finally, a beer from Unbarred down in Brighton. and it's their breakfast pastry stout, 6.6% ABV. It's got coffee, maple, and cinnamon in this one, as well as other adjuncts. They've got cold pressed coffee, maple, cinnamon, and vanilla. Yeah, it's got all of that going on. I have to say, it's really damn good. So yeah, so look out for the review of that in the next few days. So yeah, so we're going to actually drink the oldest beer I've opened first, just to get that out of the way. So, a couple of free people watching, what you're drinking, and all that sort of stuff. I'll try and keep up the comments this time. It went too crazy when I was with Raggy, but it's Raggy though, so you're going to get more people watching, of course. So, yeah, appreciate the free here. Now, hope you had a good weekend, all that good stuff. Let's have a look here. Let's see. Oh. Nice to get a message from Dino. What a great guy. So that one's that. Just checking. Because I think Rob's going to be joining the next half an hour, hopefully. So we'll see how that pans out. At the moment, no one's seen the memo, so it's all good. All good. So, Adam Mersey, I always get you and Matt from Massive, because when it says Massive and I see Mersey, it's like, for some reason, my brain can't compute it. Gets you mixed up for some reason. So he's drinking Salts the Hop Mosaic Edition, which is from one of Asda's, from Asda. So I can't even read either. 5% ABV single hop pale ale. Okay, interested. I'm well out. I mean, apart from the new ones released in Tesco's, I'm really out of salts. Sorry, got that one. With the supermarket beers, to be fair, and as the picture quality and stuff lined up a bit better, I've dropped the resolution a little bit, but not that I care. But yeah, I'm out of date. I mean, I'm more out of the new Tesco's beers. I'm really more interested to try the Vault City 2 that they've done. I love their kind of ethos of reducing their prices to independents as much as they can. I think that's a really good move. And I really appreciate that from them. And it's going to make me look at going to buy some of their beers from their brewery. And, pardon me, that's actually a little bit carbonated. In the future, going forward, I'm actually looking at. Oh dear, excuse me. Going to get some of their beers. It's really good. Yes, it's better. What's better? It's amazing. I've gone live and then we had so many people watching earlier, and now it's down to my usual. So it's just me. So it's just me. I'm just going to sit here and drink some beers and see if anyone joins. No, Jake went to a tap room earlier. Ampersand. Was it Ampersand? Pretty sure it was. So hopefully I'll find out some more information about that. Jake's in the link. So I think he might be typing now. There you go. Hope you had a good day, Jake, if you're watching. It's nice to get out to a tap room, isn't it? I haven't been to a tap room yet, but I've been to a few pubs and stuff. It's really nice to feel normal again. It really is kind of much needed, you know. So I hope anyone who's watching then has got out to a tap room or anything in the last couple of weeks. I've done a few. Met up with Harry, incidentally, last Saturday, which is a really, really good day out. Nothing crazy. I didn't want nothing crazy. Unfortunately, it didn't go crazy. Because I think they had a ship full the night before, or a skinful. That's the one. Shipful, a skinful the night before. Which so did I, to be fair. So that kind of worked out quite well. It was more of a laid back. It felt like a Sunday session rather than a full on Saturday kind of deal, which really kind of was needed, especially from myself. So not drinking as much as I used to. Well, I've had a fair few today, to be fair. Hence probably why I've gone live in the first place. But where do we get up to? It's only one more to catch up on. My good friend Adam is plastering the comments, which is cool. Sorry for the picture quality. I think it's because Ragged. Yeah. Oh, they're both live, are they? I didn't know. I don't even know. Yeah, no worries. I didn't know that these wonderful people were live, so it's just it's one of them deals. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. I'm surprised Raggy's live. He said he wasn't going to go live, but I'll just give him some shit now. If my phone wants to load. Let's give him some shit. Oi, fuckers. Only joking, of course. So we've got 3 people. So I know what Adam's drinking. The other 2, what are you drinking? Let us know down in the chat. Let me just turn the sound down. So Harry's live. He's drinking Vault City Track and Bakunian. I can't pronounce that because I can't. I didn't know people were going live.
Yeah, it's nice to to drink.
Other people's.
I'm going to be doing this Polly's. We call it the sensory.
Yeah. My brother is live.
That's right, Greg. No, that's fine. I'm going to pop onto yours. I saw that you were doing yours. I'm going to pop onto yours.
There you go.
I won't be too long, mate, because I'm kind of flying through these bizarrely.
Pisshead. He's a pisshead. 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 So that's him on his channel. So yeah, it's good. Share the love. Share his live. Is he live now? No, he's not live now. Is Raggy live now? I don't know. Let's have a look. Live. Tap on live. Oh, I know that there's a few others that are live at the moment, but I can't see Raggy live. Whatever. Doesn't matter, does it? I'm live. That's all that matters. Sorry, Harry, but all that sort of stuff. So no, it's interesting. Raggy got a free pass from the missus. Wow. He obviously mentioned my name, didn't he? Yeah. Or he didn't come back up too pissed. So I know he's going to have something to eat. He said he had food earlier on, didn't he? So that helps. I really, really enjoyed his company. It's just an awesome little stream there. And hopefully we'll be doing more. I'm going to send us some beers from my local neck of the woods. I might double up on some beers and send him up, and so he can do a review of some, and then we can come back and do like a joint review of others of the same beers. So that'd be good. Yeah, yeah. He's just sound. He just he kept me going through. Well, I say kept me going. I latched onto him when he was down at his, lowest kind of ebb before, with his work situation and stuff. And then going on, he helped me through my stuff and then through my lockdown, probably like many other people. And what a lovely guy. You get these gems you meet in your life now and again. I've been very lucky over the last 5 or 6 years to meet many gems, and he's just another one. Just, feel so lucky to the people I meet through this. Beer aside, genuine people, really nice people, and I implore you to go and check him out. He is just sound as a pound, as they say. Right, I'm going to be waffling like I was. So, Travel and Brews, how you doing, mate? I've caught up with some of your videos recently. I've been really, really impressed with some of your stuff. Really good, really, really good. Another breath of fresh air. Really nice. Keep up the good work, man. I should be doing more stuff. Really, not just beer, just within the kind of. I'm actually going to start doing some other not food reviews as such. Like, I'm not going to go out and get a load of fucking McDonald's and all that sort of stuff. But I'm going to be coming in the coming months. I'm going to be. I've got a few bits and bats already. So things like this, local stuff. It's crisp, but yeah, Kent crisps. And I'm going to be reviewing some of this stuff, and I'm going to get some like things like Kentish pip cider, and then pairing them with this. So it's all kind of localized kind of fare, if you like. And so this is Ashmore cheese and onion, which is pretty cool. So a little bit like that. I've got some cheese downstairs from. Can't fucking remember now. Oh God, why can't I remember? When you put yourself on the spot. Oh yeah, and then I got this, and I can't remember. Canterbury, is it Canterbury cheeses or something like that? I'll have a look. Anyway, when I come to review it, I will know. So that'd be good. So review some of that sort of stuff. What else have we got coming up? I'm going to be doing cheeses, quite regularly. I might pair some with beer. I might do the beer review on itself, and then see how that beer pairs with the cheese I've got. It'll be cheese and then the beer I'm pairing it with, and then that kind of thing. I've got that kind of in mind. But it's not going to go any further than that. It's going to be more kind of related to pubs, crisps, maybe some like local pickled eggs and all that sort of shit. It's not going to be pizzas, and other people can do that. I've just really actually got to the point where I'm bursting for the toilet as well. So don't go anywhere, please. I'll be about a minute and I'll be back. So let me just put the old. Oh, Jesus. Why is it bursting like this? I don't get it. Back in a minute. Oh, trouble is I broke the seal earlier. It's just like, right. Now we're back here and running. We've got the wonderful Adam, Mersey Beers.
Hello. All right.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. You okay?
Yeah, I'm in a really, really happy mood today. It's, I don't know why. Just
That's good.
yeah, that's good. Cheers for joining. What are you drinking?
I think we went through it before. It's this one, which is brand new into Asda.
Oh, right, Asda.
I just fancied something just sort of Sunday in it, nice and sessionable at 5%.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
but yeah,
Good.
my Asda didn't have the full range from what I've seen on Facebook. There's been loads. Like we were missing the Harbour ones, but I got a few. Got the Siren one, which is the main one I went in for, to be honest. For California IPA. I just got they're in 4 for 3.
Right, that's cool. I just dropped my screen resolution just to help the bandwidth a little bit.
I'll do the same.
Trying to remember where I got to. Oh, it's up to there. So said he'd be on shortly. It's good. Hey, what's this? Indeed. It's a bit more manageable now. The old comments. So yeah, it was too much earlier. I just nah. So
he has his own fan base, doesn't it?
Well, no, but it's really good. Everyone come over and stuff. I appreciate that. I'm part of his fan base, so I know what it's like. It was just impossible. It was just literally impossible.
Yeah.
My fan base can cope with it, but his fan base in there, just as much as I love them all, and and stuff, it's not compatible for StreamYard. Just
no.
These guys now again. Yeah.
The characters that match the character of the man.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I just let it go. I put certain ones up. In the end, it worked really well. But I really enjoyed it. It was really good. Yeah, it was good. Nice to have a proper chat and not be too kind of just let it flow. I think that's the key for these things. Just to let it flow. So, well, you had a good day, have you?
Yeah, been all right. It's just been nice and easy day. We're supposed to go to a local football match yesterday, but they changed locations at the last minute and didn't tell anyone. So we turned up at the original location, and it wasn't there. We didn't find out the original location until an hour into it. And it was 5 miles away.
Right.
I'd had a beer by then, so I was just like, fine. So me and mate just had some beers in the back garden, just the 3 of us. That was pretty good.
That's good.
But yeah. And then today's just been walking the dog, doing bits and pieces around the house, did a bit of overtime. That was it, really. Just did like an hour and a half of overtime.
Yeah. I must admit, I don't generally drink this much on a Sunday. I used to, but not so much these days. I used to really enjoy my Sunday afternoon sessions, going up the road. I haven't done that for a long time, but it's just I don't think they've got much of a pub garden either, so I don't even know if they're open at the moment. So,
well, my local doesn't. We were going to go yesterday, but they're closing early at the moment. They're closing at 9 o'clock, and it was like 7 o'clock. And I was like, by the time you get there, orders around, you'll get one round in and it'll be closed.
Yeah.
Or they'll be calling it for last orders. But they've got no garden. They've got their AstroTurf at the back in a yard, which has about 4 tables, and then they have 4 tables on the front on the road.
Right.
It's only a micro pub anyway.
Not any cards. That's Taraki, believe it or not. So, yeah, if you want to join.
Yeah.
Really, people.
You don't want to get them into trouble.
No, absolutely not. But the trouble is, I probably will now. I've posted in the link. So, how you doing, mate? I'd like to try other things as well, so the channel will not be so. Yeah, I know I'm slowly but surely starting to see that to a degree. I'd like to mix it up a little bit more, but it's really nice to try these beers earlier. I was really disappointed in that. I was really disappointed. I thought that would be the best, better beer, but it really wasn't. It was terrible, to be fair, for that.
Yeah, I don't like it in bottles. I've never liked it in bottles. It's the same in keg. It's not very good on keg either. But cask and can, it's a decent beer on cask and can, especially on cask. There's only one time I've had it. I had it in what was that? Were they in Cheltenham? I think I went to a wrestling event in Cheltenham and I had it in a Wetherspoons on cask, and it was horrible. It must have been on for a week and a half.
Really?
It was just it was just yeast. It was horrible.
So Jack Mann's on Left-Handed Giant Sky Above at the minute, so very nice. I've got one or two Left-Handed Giant beers. What is it? Oh yeah, Cosmic Starry Dimension. That's what I've got. I need to review it eventually. So it's a chocolate pecan and tonka stout, 7%.
Very nice. I'm not a massive fan of pecan in stouts.
I don't mind them. I don't want it to be the overwhelming feature of the beer. I like it. I like a nice balance with a hint. And I've got a couple more coming. That a friend's got. It's a question of dropping them round. But so yeah.
I had cheeseburger cavalry recently. Don't really see a lot of left-handed giant up here.
Yeah, I had that. I'm pretty sure I had that a few years back. How you doing?
Hey.
Cheers for joining. Hey, and you have a good weekend?
Me?
Yeah. You have a good weekend?
Yeah. I popped to met a bunch of mates who I'd normally meet up with on a Thursday night when in the before times, and and we some of us met yesterday. My mate, who was always flaky, completely flaked out. Initially, he was like, "Oh well, it's got to be before 3 or after 5 because I'm at football." I'm like, "All right, okay, well we'll do it from 1." And then last week he sent us a message saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to take we're off to dog school. He's training his dog." And then we got a message just before we got there saying, "Oh, dog school don't finish until 2:30, so I'm not coming now." Oh.
Yeah. What are you drinking? What are you drinking?
And it's terrible.
Another track. Bloody hell.
I bought a bunch on. I bought 4 on Friday. I'm all now. Yes, West Coast IPA, this one. So that was at Saltaire Brewery. So all the cask, which is really nice. Excuse me.
Yeah, go for it. It's good. You've had about what is that your third track today, or? Yeah,
I had 2 this afternoon and a bit of dinner, and then just put little one to bed. So beer now. So they previous week they launched a new Helles salt, so that was had that. So I had the Best, which is cracking. Their Best is a lovely beer. Best, they do a coffee porter, which seems to be I don't know how regular it is now, but it's called Cafe Culture. So I had half of that. Them lot were steaming through their pints. So I don't want to be quite as battered. And then then I had a pint of Helles. But we were only there for 2 hours. And
I was just checking on dinner.
So
no worries.
But then we popped up to Triangle for a few. It was lovely and sunny. I had a couple up there. I had a a Don Zerko, and I had a Cloudwater. I think that was
I
it.
mean, it's been sunny here, but it's been all week. It's been sunny, but it's been absolutely freezing, really cold.
Oh, it was lovely and warm yesterday.
Yeah,
we were
it was
on the
roasted.
coast. We were on the coast though. We got a
So am
northeasterly
I.
breeze, and it's like proper. Yeah, but
Like
you
5
don't-
miles.
I'm not. I'm about 10-minute walk. So, that's on the coast.
I'm about an hour and a half drive.
Yeah, but so you're inland. But the thing is, the wind's coming from the northeast down here anyway, and it's freezing.
I'm next to a major river.
Fuck
I'm the
off,
closest to a body of water.
the
So
river.
lucky. I win.
Yeah,
Boom.
I'm not. The
River
the
Air.
canal's there. I
My
walk
river's
out the door
close.
and the canal's there.
A river there, and I've got a canal over there. I've got Leeds Liverpool Canal there. I've got River Air
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah,
Same canal?
Yeah,
More water. The same canal. I can cover.
yeah.
Honestly, it's
So
the same canal.
This
Leeds
thing
Liverpool
now.
Canal, you're on. I
the
could
breeze,
walk.
the breeze
You
off the
could.
stream, the breeze off the
Eventually,
stream
it'll get to
is
you.
so cold. Yeah,
By
Yeah.
like Thursday.
yeah.
I'm by
Yeah.
the sign that says it's like 38 miles to Leeds,
Okay.
something like that on the canal.
Yes, how long
Can't be
did that take
wrong.
me? Probably get there.
No, it must
sometime.
be like 92 or something.
It's obviously wrong. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's wrong
it
as
says
well.
so.
Yeah. It looks
Don't
like
pay
a glass
attention to
house.
the sign.
Glass
It is a
house.
glass
yeah,
house.
then.
Is it, what's it called? That one? Is
Shadow
that the one me
drinks.
and Harry did a couple of
I
weeks
think
ago?
so.
I
It's
don't
lovely.
know.
It's really simple, but really tasty.
6%.
Is it like
Easy.
6%? Yeah.
Yeah.
6%. I'm all for really tasty beers at sensible ABVs. This one I'm on 6.
Nice little lad.
Yeah, for you that's remarkable.
I poured it slow. I wasn't chasing it.
Cheers, Vanessa. Hope you're keeping well. Hope you had a good weekend. Cheers for chiming in. So I didn't realise people were alive. I was like, I'll just rock on up.
Yeah, how he's doing is
Yeah, I didn't realise. I didn't know.
Thomas is on with a load of Americans.
Oh, I think
Including Matt and Ron Jeremy.
All that crew.
Ron Jeremy.
Doing Sierra Nevada. No,
Ah, right. Yeah.
Is
Which
it
doesn't
the
look
barrel age?
all like Ron Jeremy. I'd like to point that out. And at the moment, I don't think I'd like one. I prefer not to be compared to Ron Jeremy. As he's been arrested for sexual assault.
yeah.
Yeah, he is in prison.
I was in prison. I didn't know
I
that.
think so. Yeah.
Okay. He looks like broken Matt Hardy. You didn't get that reference.
He's got a bit more facial hair. Just looks like himself. I don't know. I don't know where Thomas gets his obsession with that. He doesn't look a bit like Ron Jeremy. He used to watch a bit more Ron Jeremy.
I think you need to be a guest on one of Peter's retro blue movie.
I don't know enough. I know bits.
Yeah, I
I really don't know enough.
I don't know
Peter's
enough.
level of knowledge is way beyond anything that I know.
Oh,
Even watching stuff in past, he's kind of sent me down often in
Yeah,
kind of YouTube wormholes.
I'd
Like,
like
what's
to.
that? That sounds fascinating. When you watch it, it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
jeez.
See, I'm not. It's kind of a shame really because I love Peter and stuff and the way he does things. I'm not a massive film person, so it's kind of a little bit wasted on me. I get bored too quickly with films.
Well, it's a perfect thing to watch. You don't need to watch films. He just tells you about them.
Yeah, but
sometimes shows you little clips and you go, oh, what's that? I don't want to watch it. The one we were talking about last week called Hardcore, which is like a proper film, but about, starring a proper director who did, I can't wait, Summit Schneider, I forgot what his name is, who'd done a number of things in like the 70s. And the lead was somebody of note as well, but then it were about a guy whose daughter had gone missing, and it turned out she got into the adult entertainment business, shall we say? And he was trying to find her under It's really schlocky and shit, but it's pretty raw for its time.
Yeah.
It's not the most comfortable thing. I'm curious about stuff. Yeah, a lot of time I wouldn't watch them because most of the time those type of films are absolute dog shit. If you haven't got that kind of like specific interest in stuff like that, you just go, "This is just shit." My mate used to collect video nasties. All ones were on like the banned list, and I'd watch someone who's like, "Oh, this was banned because it's just crap, not because it's like like disturbing. It's just rubbish."
Yeah.
So, but I know I'm curious, and you go, "Oh, yeah," you kind of like, "Oh, what's that?" Well, have a look a bit. Watch a clip on YouTube. Oh.
Yeah. So Jagman's on either Track Half Dome or Arbor Seabomb. Go for the track.
Oh, next, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Half Dome. I've not seen it for a while.
Yeah, it's good.
I had a pale earlier, the new one, which was very nice.
Yeah. I mean, I've not had loads of craft beers, but what I've had have always been like really decent.
Seabomb's really good.
Seabomb Arbor, yeah. I noticed another one as well. That's Bristol Beer Factory has just started canning as well in the last week or so, which is.
I always get them mixed up with the other one, the Bristol, New Bristol.
New Bristol,
every time.
yeah. Well, that I guess, yeah. New Bristol. I mean, I know Stuart keeps banging on about them. New Bristol all the time in the last few months.
I find them hit and miss.
I've only had one beer and it was all right. It was on draft. It was nice.
Got that Cinder Toffee Stout, which is one of the more highly rated ones they've got. Got that knocking around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Have you had it?
No, I was going to say the white stout got slated, didn't it?
Right. I don't know.
It was off flavors and everything apparently.
Oh dear, white stout's a tricky one. I'd stay clear, but
They can be. I know Time and Tide done a few white stouts, and I actually quite enjoyed them. I know people. I know people generally don't, but this was a few years ago though. When
the Guaylo one that I got sent was good. Well, that was golden stout, but the same difference.
Yeah.
The Cloudwater one was nice.
Yeah. Carnival do a nice one. They do pistachio one. It's really nice, especially on cask.
Interesting.
I was seeing photographs from their tap room yesterday on Instagram.
It's tiny tap room.
Yeah, I had friends who were at Black Lodge. That looked like a decent sized space.
Black Lodge is, since they've moved, yes. The original location was probably smaller than Carnival. But it was, yeah, you were sat on the fermenters more or less at the old Black Lodge location. I played because they had retro games, and I went for my birthday one year, and I'm sat with the fermenter about 3 centimeters from my face while I'm playing Snakes and Ladders and having a couple of beers. But the new one's really big. It's an old wood warehouse. We used to have timber in it.
Yeah. So when are you guys meet up? When are you guys meeting up in Liverpool?
July,
innit, for Harry's birthday. We don't have a specific date yet, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, there is a date.
If we do.
His birthday weekend. It's like one of the first weekends.
Yeah, I need to confirm it so I can get it booked in. I can get a cheap hotel. All that.
I might be able
9th to 11th.
Perfect. I'll pop it in.
So 9th is the Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
9th is the Friday. Yeah. I think. I don't know his timings yet. He hasn't.
I'll probably just do the Saturday night.
That's fine.
That's I could turn up potentially. Just message me the weekend date because I will forget.
I said to Harry, there's a Premier Inn literally over the main road from me. I said if he wants to do that one, we can just get the train straight in.
How far?
12
How
minutes
far
on
from the
train.
station? How far from the station is the Premier Inn?
5-minute walk.
Oh, it's a walk. Okay.
5-10 minute walk. If that.
I've got a mobile phone contract now as well. By the way, it's a different number, so I'll have to
Okay.
share that.
Let's read it out now.
Yeah, right. It is
07.
07842.
Yeah. 0800.
Oh, you got an 800 number. Interesting.
I was saying to Harry, I'm gonna have a nice little word with Neil, see if he can do us a favour and do us a little tour around Top Rope if you want to do that.
Oh wow!
Little private tour.
Cool.
See what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing because the tap room won't be open by then. So,
Live reviews, not live, but you know.
I'll have a word and see if it's possible. But we'll see.
Have they got a press room? I'm joking. Yeah.
No. Well, I went in last month and had a little roam around. It's like a massive area where the room, the tiny office, and then the cold store room's like the other half of the facility.
Right. No, that'd be cool.
And
Man.
I think the plan is to put the taps on the wall, the outer wall of the cold store room.
Yeah. No, that sounds good. I mean, all things going well. I mean, it's just a case of trying to logistics my end and stuff, make sure Litton's okay, and which he will be. I'll just go to London and then go from there. But so anytime I go to London, you know, I'm in people's good books, so this gives me an excuse to a degree, just to hop off from London and get out of the way.
It's
So,
2.5 hours. Done that before.
I ain't worried about travelling. I don't care about that. You know, it's not the travelling; it's just getting out and doing stuff. We sound low to Maggie, I guess. Drinking Budvar. All right, that's right. Is it the Budvar Dark or the original?
Dark's good.
I'd like to try that. I'd like to give that a whirl.
I didn't draft in a church. That was good.
Yeah, like you do. In a fucking church? What are you doing in a church?
Yeah. So St. Luke's Church in Liverpool is a bombed out church. It's not been an active church since
I live
World
in
War
St. Luke's.
II.
I live in St. Luke's Avenue.
Don't give your address away, Craig.
Up the road.
There's a lot of St.
No,
Luke's in the UK.
I think you're a number.
The Vines. Is that what used to be the Cairns pub near the station?
Cairns.
The Vines.
Yeah, the Vines. Don't know if it's just an hotel now. Just looking at cheap hotels in Liverpool.
Not a pub I know.
The Big House.
The
So
Big
it's also
House.
called in brackets. It looks really basic.
I wouldn't go to the Big House.
The big house.
Do you know
on
what I
the
mean? The Big House, though. Do you know the
big
Big
house on the corner.
Yeah,
Not the-
I would.
not the
I wouldn't
prison.
go.
Oh,
No,
right.
I
Was it
wouldn't go.
dicey? Is it a pub?
It was. I don't know if it is
What-
anymore.
Did it used to be? It used to be Cairns pub.
Every pub
Really
used to be a
grand.
Cairns pub.
Really
Either
near,
Cairns or a Walker pub.
really near Lime Street, isn't it?
I'm on
Yeah.
that now.
I've walked past it. It's quite very. Well, is that pretty dicey then?
Used to be. I've not been for 10 plus years. It was dicey.
It's got a good rating. It's got a
Yeah.
7.4 overall. Location 9.1. Boom.
I'm on
The
Lupo.
Z
anything
Hotel.
online.
I'm on that now.
It's coming out.
Decent.
Good.
Decent beer.
70 quid for a double room without a window.
The Apart Hotel in Seal Street's really good.
I fucking
Why?
hate apart hotels.
Why?
Why do I hate them? Because they're fucking.
Yeah.
There's the bloody scam behind it, where they try and fleece you for extra money. But the hopefully you'll get back, which they don't tell you about until you get there. So when we were in Birmingham, I turned up half pissed, and they're like, "Oh, you each need to give us an extra like 60 quid." You're like, "You fucking what?"
Oh, security deposit that you get back at the end if you don't trash the room. Are you planning on trashing the room?
No, but if you pay the one in cash, which is iffy as
No,
fuck.
I've never had that.
So you pay with card, and they say they'll give you it back within 5 weeks.
No, that's just a dodgy one. That the one in Seal Street is a school friend's sister owns it.
It's dicey as fuck.
They were really good.
Yeah, Paul stayed at one in Manchester, which was spot on. But yeah, I didn't like that whole thing where it's like, no, I don't really want to give you more money. Thank you very much.
No.
Random man behind fucking counter.
Random.
I think what I had to do was it was because it was last time I stayed there. There was 6 of us.
Can't hear you. Is it me or?
I can't hear him. Stop talking. I think
Can you
that's
hear me
why.
now?
Yeah.
Hear me now.
No, it just tailed off.
All right. It was there was 6 of us staying when I went there last year, and it was a £200 security deposit that you got back within 48 hours of you checking out.
No, I read into it and as well. I know, like, this sounds just dodgy as fuck. This. At the moment, the Z Hotel. It might be my preferred spot.
The Easy Hotel on Captain Street is not terrible as well.
Full of knobheads, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Go to the Z Hotel. I'm gonna have a room with no window.
It's also got no windows, I was about to say. It's
no windows,
within a building.
I stayed at this place, and first I went down Birmingham. I had a place with no window, and which was great because it was middle of summer. It's like that day when I went down, it was 27 degrees. It was fucking boiling, man. But so I'm in this non-windowed kind of room with like a fake window, but they had air conditioning. So I had it. Waiting there, it was freezing. Fucking get that air conditioning on, bloody right icebox. But it looked because the lighting in there, it's really dark. Well, until you turn the lights in, but they were like a constant. Well, you could turn this on as well, but they were like a ambient purple light. It was a little bit like a Thai sex club. I remember sending Harry a photograph of me like lounging.
I've never been in one. So
lounging on. I've seen them on the telly. And on the films. Because you know what films? You don't have this vivid imagination about Thai sex clubs.
Give it time, though. Give it time.
But yeah, it was spot on for what I needed. I mean, just a little room, a big enough bed, shower, pitch black, which is great. I hate kind of like any light coming and stuff like that. So absolutely pitch black, freezing cold. Oh, it's delightful.
Yeah, it's not Thailand then if it's freezing cold. So.
Don't know, never been.
No.
I guess I've not been to Thailand. Been nearby.
I guess it's warm and freezing cold. But,
have you been to Thailand, Craig?
Not yet.
No. You've been a lot of places, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I've been a few.
I don't presume.
If you're looking, Rob, do not stay in the Adelphi. No matter how much, if they pay you, don't stay there. Because the Adelphi
if they want to
Hotel.
pay me to stay there, I'll stay if they want to pay me.
Do not. No, do not.
No, there's that TV series about it, wasn't there?
Yeah, it's full of rats. It's haunted. The young buck stayed there.
Yeah, the rats have haunted.
Well, it's not haunted because ghosts don't exist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
People say it's haunted.
Yeah. The spirits of rats. Yeah, that makes sense.
In the wall.
It's just noisy and windy and creaky and shiny. That's probably it's haunted. No, it's not. Grow up.
I just like the rats in the walls.
Yeah, rats is a deal breaker, I'd say.
I just wanted to give a big old shout out to Joe, the Beer Patrol. Going through some shit at the moment, and ongoing and stuff, and I've got a lot of time for this guy. And if you haven't subscribed to him, do it now. He's not posted for a while for personal reasons, but I love you to bits, man, and I hope you going on the next few months, you get through your shit, and we could get you on here. He's just a proper nice guy. Sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm gonna have to shoot off because my dinner's gonna burn otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't burn your dinner.
Okay.
I think dinner at 9:30. What?
Oh yeah, no, I started ages ago. Right, I'll see you later.
Take care. Come back if you want. or fucking don't.
I think he's got alerts set for any mention of the Thai sex clubs, so that's why.
Yeah, but no, he's just he's here for it. Indeed, mate. You've got to indulge in the things you like. I can see it.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I hope you're keeping well, mate, and I'm thinking of you as always. Jagman comes in, loved the track half dome, never had the C-bomb, so gone for that. Yeah, that's fair, dude. Yeah, I mean, Arbor are really good, aren't they? I mean,
yeah, it's a lot more bitter. Is that?
Yeah, I've never. There's a lot of. I mean, I've had C-bomb on cast before, and it's really been really good. But I've never had that. I don't think I've had it on cans. That's not
on cans, relatively. Maybe it lasts like 3 months. Something.
Yeah, I mean, it's a brewery that I've always wanted to go and do a big order from, and my conscience is.
And they were really well priced.
They were ridiculously well priced for the size of the ridiculous can, like fucking, really good beers, Raggy's. Yeah, well, there you go. That's on that as well. Yeah, no words needed for that one. Yeah, no worries, man. I mean, it's just you will do. I know you will do. Then your place is always assured. Get yourself sorted out, and we'll see you on the other side of it. So, as I said, do go and check this guy out. Awesome dude. Been doing reviews for a few years now, and yeah, loads of time for this bloke. Out of Buffalo, New York, incidentally. So lots of Buffalo kind of centric beers. Is it Buffalo Wednesday thing you used to do? You can put that down below.
I used to like Joe's Shelfie when he did Shelfie beer, kind of like
Shelf. Yeah.
Shelfie beer weeks.
Yeah. He used to. I can't remember what it was called. He done it like a barrel aged Buffalo Wednesday or something like that. I'm probably butchering it up, but hopefully he'll comment down below in a minute with what he used to do. But yeah, great dude. Take care, brother. So drinking that. I've showed it earlier, but yeah.
Oh, it's lovely.
Yeah, it's really good. Stuff. Really nice. Really fresh, vibrant kind of beer. Very crisp, clean. Yeah, ticks all the boxes for the style for a German Pilsner. Really good.
It's like people in the past. There's been some notable beer communicators who've kind of like banged on about it. And it's the year of lager, and it's never been
the beer communicator sounds very diplomatic.
Beer communicator, professional beer communicator.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not referencing anyone in particular.
I know
I'm
you
referencing
mean
a group of them.
I know who you mean.
I'm not meaning Johnny, but Johnny does banged on about it for too long.
No, I didn't think.
And I always rib him about it, but
yeah.
But because I just don't think if that is the case, I don't think it's just there's going to be this wave of lager. But I think it is. I think it has started to take a little bit of. I drink a lot more kind of good lagers now.
So do I.
Kind of craft lagers, and kind of good traditional ones.
Yeah.
Not loads, but I mean it's a lot more than I used to do. So I think with stuff like that, it's that kind of ebb towards that. It becomes a lot more accessible.
Yeah.
People get into it more. It's not just like people aren't just like stop drinking IPA and start drinking lager. I think that's just a silly thing to think that it'll kind of this big wash of it. But I mean, absolutely, I think it is. As I was saying earlier, Saltaire doing the Helles, which is, I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe it'll replace Blonde. Replace Blonde on keg. It was lovely, and I
Yeah.
mean, I really like Don Zoco. Their Vienna Lager's delightful.
Again, it's another brewery I need to get to, but
Oh,
this
thanks,
is
Joe.
what it's called, Western New York Wednesday. I knew you'd done something on a Wednesday. I couldn't remember what the hell it was. Focused on local for that day. The Shelfie reviews, Rob, is talking about becoming a monthly staple, and then they're the most fun I have reviewing.
Yeah, I know what you
Too.
mean.
So yeah, love to you as well, Rob. So
That's it. It doesn't really exist all that much over here. The concept of the Shelfie, because I guess there's not as many breweries, and the trend amongst the kind of contemporary stuff is just turning out new stuff continuously. So
everything sells though, doesn't it? It's just there's not really any kind of beer that hangs around too long. Well, maybe something like Demolin or something like that. If you've got a box.
I could pick you some ones, but they're not regular things. I can pick you some stuff that's been ill-conceived, being bought by a shop that, and I work for a shop which buys beer that fucking hangs around like a bad smell.
Yeah.
So it's those kind of beers you go, Jesus Christ, did you really need that barrel-aged Imperial Pilsner? No, we didn't. There's a shocker that you've still got that 6 months later.
What is all that about? A barrel-aged? Why barrel-aged Pilsner? It's fucking... It's a waste of a barrel, if you ask me.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
No, exactly that. It's just a waste of a barrel. It's a Pilsner. Pilsner's a Pilsner. To barrel age it, fuck off. But that's just me. I can't.
Yeah. Just looking at Raggy's comment about mixing all styles is good. Yeah. To a degree. I mean, I don't purposely just piss around with kind of getting. I mean, maybe once upon a time I had more of a curiosity to the kind of the kind of varieties of stuff. I mean, if I look to my fridge now, I've got like a Doppelbock, I've got a triple. They've been knocking around for a while, but I've primarily kind of stouts and kind of pale hoppy beers, really, pales and IPAs and double IPAs.
Yeah.
But that's just personal preference, really. I don't feel the need to. I don't buy to review like.
No, I don't.
Maybe I once did, and I know some people do, just to keep your content a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
But
I mean, if you really wanted to you know, if you're that inclined with the beer reviews and stuff, I mean, I know what I'd go for the review number count centric people out there. I know what I'll do. It's what a fair few other people are doing. But it's not really for me about that. It would be more what's the word? Curiosity about it, rather than everything that goes with it. And then, but generally, for me, the last sort of 5-6 months is what's been around locally, supporting local breweries, local bottle shops, that kind of thing. All right. I mean, I had this earlier from Good H Brewing, the Magic Gold, which is the first one of 10 beers that I got from for like 20 quid. So you can't go wrong with that.
Stuart's had that a few times, I think, now.
Yeah. That's the first beer I've had from them. All right. Not bad. Done a review and all that sort of stuff. And then I picked up this from the other day, Unbarred's Breakfast Pastry Stout, which is going to be my next beer in a minute, which I've already reviewed.
I do have a stout. Well, I could have, but it's
up your street, I think. Right?
Yeah, no, that sounds lovely. I do have a track one which I was contemplating, but it's 11%, and I need to review it. And I'm just not in that mind frame to do all that shit.
Right, this is 6.6 brewed with coffee, maple, cinnamon.
I love that kind of beer. I mean, I think it's Salts near me. Salt Beer Factory. Their Hessian, which is like 6.5% coffee stout or porter. It's £2.80 a can, something like that. That's the kind of. I need to buy more of that. That's the kind of thing you want, isn't it? Peroni Doppel Amato is awesome. It's one of the most
nice.
popular beers in the country. Is Peroni Doppel
Yeah,
Amato.
it's good. I think I've reviewed that
Right.
one. Is that?
Do you know
I think
do you know what the success of that beer is all about?
it's in
Glass.
Waitrose. It's in
It's all about the
Waitrose.
glass.
It's
I
in
don't know who I
Waitrose.
was talking to about this recently. Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
about the glass.
Right.
And that's like a thing that they've a bit openly said to me. Yeah, it's all about that glass. That's that long thin glass.
Yeah.
I prefer
No,
Peroni Red, mate.
I've really enjoyed it when I've had it. I think I've reviewed that
Little
one
cans.
at some point.
Yeah.
It might be a couple of years ago, but I've really enjoyed it. It's a nice maltier lager than what you get, but still sweet, still profitable. Although it's
Who's
a high
making it
ABV.
over? Yeah.
Really, I know that's your key word. Sessionable. Yeah. How many others have we got here? Let me just think. Yeah. You can,
Trying to hurt my feelings.
it's getting wound up here. I love it.
Trying to hurt my feelings. Yeah. I drank the full gamut that I could find when I was in Italy.
Yeah.
Cold hotel, basin full of cold water in the hotel rooms. Try and get your beer a little bit cooler than when it was from little no shop. Yeah, it is what it is. It's not what I wouldn't like to put it side by side with like Augustina, for example.
Yeah.
When you've got something like Augustine, which is just as good as it is, I don't think you can really.
And as I was going to say earlier, when we was talking about the lager kind of phase, the thing that's really got me into really good lagers, last September I got into German style proper lagers. And it's been a stepping stone for me from that to more the craftier breweries starting to do lagers and stuff. That's been my crossover, which has been quite interesting. I still don't think they're up to traditional, German.
Those
style.
kind of iconic German ones. Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
They're not quite there, but they're not far off.
Yeah, I think that one that Ben Scowen, I think that's right up there. Apparently you can make comparisons to like Tipo Pils from Beneficio Italiano.
Yeah,
that's what I'm led to believe. It's that style, which is quite Pilsner-esque, if I remember rightly. But as far as kind of crafty ones, I've heard good things about. On the same very very similar style, Deya's Italian Pils was meant to be really nice as well. I didn't have that.
I've had the Tappy Pils from them, but I've not had a couple of variants.
I'm not bothered with them. But,
I mean, if they turn up locally, I'm like, I'll grab it, but I'm not.
Yeah, Peter likes Cloudwater's Hellas.
I enjoyed that when I had it. I think we've done a good beer live on that once.
The Braybrook stuff is good, but it's really expensive for what it is.
Yeah,
you don't get much.
Yeah, I've had their Keller.
Smaller bottle than you expect, isn't it?
I had their Keller Pils once, and that was
which nice. I had. Start with a P, isn't it? But it was good. But yeah, I would expect like a 500ml bottle, but they're like it's like a 355 or something.
Yeah, that's no good for a lager.
Exactly. Yeah. So for me, I think Don Zoco. I think they're the kings of the kind of British kind of lager castle.
Yeah, I don't want a 355 lager. I don't want a 330 or 355 lager.
It's like with German stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go far wrong with
500
Iyengar. Iyengar's cheap as fuck. And it's really good.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's so I think
I'll have a can.
Yeah, no worries. Right, I'm going to roll through some comments now. So, as it's been on screen for a little while, everyone's already read it. The sheer amount of shelfies can be overwhelming here. So many choices. Then you have all the local. Yeah, exactly. It's just sifting through. I think for me, it's been more of this lockdowns and stuff. I've been really keeping tight and local, keeping money local and all that sort of stuff through local breweries or local bottle shops. And that's been it. I felt the need to drink more shelfies to remind me where I come from when it comes to craft beer. so much fun revisiting Stone, Sierra Nevada, Bell, Sam Adams, etc. Yeah, absolutely, I'm sure. And I want to revisit a lot of reviews I've done like when I first started, that first calendar year. I've done 1 or 2.
Redo your first 10.
Yeah, well, Christ, you probably half of them you won't be able to get anymore. You just
No.
don't know, do you? The way beer is these days. But so Joe's really chiming in here, which is really great.
Do you know what your first? You know what your first one was?
Yeah, it was. I think it was Evil Twin. I don't know why it was Evil Twin. Fucking hell. I can tell you now.
Mine was Southern Tier creme brulee.
Yeah, I'll just have a look.
Yeah, what was it? Fucking hell, I don't know what the first 5 were, but yeah.
Yeah, it was
Sorry,
It was Evil Twins Low Life Pilsner. What a random beer for my first review.
I very much selected mine.
It's ridiculous, really.
Like that.
It's 5 years ago, and it's had 57 views. Yeah, bizarre. Yeah, just random. I don't know why. It should never have been that. Looking back, it should never have been that. It is what it is. I was into craft at the time. I was like, oh, and then I reviewed that. I thought, hang on, what am I doing? I should be reviewing a lot of.
Oldest first. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll tell you my first 5 were 10 years ago now. I'll give you the exact date of the first ever review. It was the 27th of July 2010. My first ever review.
Yeah,
so that was
mine was July, early July, 2015. So there you go.
Oh right, that's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
So yeah, Evil Twin was my first.
So you're rolling back. Who's that fresh-faced young man on there?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, the weight of the world on his shoulders.
And you get Adams like, oh, you seem to have got younger. Fuck off, Adam.
So Southern Tier creme brulee. Then it was Castle Rock Harvest Pale, which had just won Champion Beer of Great Britain.
Then I'll do my 5. Yeah.
And then Then it was Brewdog Mikkeller, I Hardcore You, Marble Dobber, and then Green Flash, Le Freak. That's my first 5.
Yeah, my first 5 were Evil Twin, Low Life Pilsner. Number 2 was Mikkeller, Peter Pale and Mary gluten-free pale ale, I think. My third one was Cerveza Moderna from Spain, proper random. And then I had Leffe Nectar was my number 4, and then I had Rodenberger Schroefferhofer Hefeweizen from Germany.
Schroefferhofer's Hefeweizen.
Yeah. It was like £1.50 from Aldi.
Oh, mine are all American. It's terrible. I was clearly trying to be something I'm
but
not.
None of them were local.
American, British, American.
My first local beer was actually my 6th beer. It was from Time and Tide, and it was their Smuggler's Stout. Was it Stout? Let's have a look. Edit. Let's have a look. Yeah, Smuggler's Stout. When did I review that? So 2nd of July of 2015.
Wow, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That was my first local beer. 6th beer.
My 17th beer was a Colonel beer. I wonder if I was the first person to ever review a Colonel beer.
Oh God, yeah, it was before me. In fairness, at that time, I was drinking Colonel beers back in 2010. I was also drinking like Beavertown in bottles.
Oh, I've got that. I've got reviews of that.
Yeah, it was around that sort of time period. Maybe a year or 2 after. I'm not too sure when they first started, but yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff. Let me just whiz through some comments here. So it's been a while. The Brewers killing, Daya, Track, Cowboy, etc. still on top. Any newcomers? Yeah. Rob, you can go ahead on that one.
What Brewers is killing lately is Day Track, Cladwater Stores. Top, yeah, I'd say so. I think,
Yeah.
Day Track, Cladwater.
Yeah, Beak are pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, Beaker coming through. Yeah, becoming quite popular. Beaker, yeah, Overturn are good. Maybe not. I think Beak might be the one that is catching more people's attention than a lot.
Yeah, I had that earlier. I reviewed it earlier. Their table beer.
I've not had it.
Really
I've
good.
not had it. I had Jot the other day. On Friday night actually. I had Jot.
Yeah.
Pale ale.
Yeah, for a table beer,
Beak.
it's like for me for a table beer. Wow, that's a great introduction for the brewery.
I do like Beak. They kind of do the trendy styles, but they're not scared to kind of like do. They do kind of like a slightly kind of Belgian kind of approach as well, don't they? I think they're not scared to do that. But no, I like Beak. But I don't think they're up there. I mean, hype wise, as Joe said, we like Daya and Cloudwater, for example. Let's see what happens with Cloudwater. How the mighty may fall.
Well, I will look, but I will not be participating.
Partaking in.
Yeah.
I had one yesterday, but it has been.
Well, I drank I made my feelings heard on Friday, so I think good beers, great beers, but it's just me personal preference. Everyone else have at it, if you want.
There's loads of other beer, isn't there? So.
Oh, there's fucking loads, but yeah,
you're not starving yourself, really.
I'm a principled guy, that kind of thing, and
me too, yeah.
And that's the way I work. So it's a shame, but we'll see how it goes. And I mean, perhaps in the future I'll have some more beers from them, but at the moment, nah. What do you think of lobbying for ingredients? I don't know what that means. Do you know what that?
I don't know. I know what lobbying means, but I don't know what it's referring to.
Yeah.
Food already has it. Can only be a good thing for beer.
I don't know what. I don't know if I'm being
silly. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but if I was, kind of stuff what we probably drink on a whole, it's which I was actually listening Johnny and Brad talk about ingredients on their podcast. What they do, it's a little podcast they do every Friday called The Bubble. No, it's not called Bubble. It's called Friday 5 p.m. Something like that. And they were talking about ingredients, and I think what we see is kind of like the top end of stuff. I mean, it's all those ingredients, malt and hops, which are produced for big breweries. Often, kind of like either got we're often got kind of monopolized by specific breweries. One of the points that they make is Bullion, a hop called Bullion. Yeah. Apparently, that was in Guinness, but then Guinness dropped it for some whatever reason because it was too low alpha acid and whatever.
Grown in West Kent.
Yeah, and then they moved on to like a Slovenian hop, but then Bullion's been brought back because it was decided that it tastes like orange peel. So it's kind of like the trends and stuff like that. So it's often what we are drinking, like what's in what I'm drinking now. So on the hot side, it's Laurel, then it's Simcoe, Laurel, and Chinook. So, and then previous one was Citra, Mosaic, Simcoe. So that's top end from what I understand, and it's like a lot of hops that we don't hear about. Like if you think about old school American hops, like Cluster. I'm sure that's used in absolute boatloads in certain beers. We just probably don't know about. It's like what's the hop in Budweiser? Even if it's made into a hop oil, what hop do they use for Budweiser? I have no idea.
Yeah, a watered down hop.
I just, but it's like Yinglings, maybe somewhat a bit more authentic. It's like what's used? What's a Yingling?
Yeah.
So
next up is the Helles. I've had lately, but yeah, they are. I mean, I think it's just the palate of a real kind of hop forward beer drinker. if you every now and again you drop back onto a Helles lager or something, I've certainly appreciated it a hell of a lot more from my lager days. But then I have a lager, and it's not the same. It's just you can tell, but yeah, I just appreciate them a lot more. So Joe's chiming in. Yeah, that was my first beer review. Can you believe that? Ridiculous. Southern Tier cream brulee is so damn delicious.
Oh, it's beautiful, mate.
I don't know.
I'd love another one. I've not had it in such a long time.
Yeah, I've
tried the Nitro can. No, they just stopped coming in. The one specific company were bringing it over.
It was a long
we
time
just
ago.
don't see them anymore.
Yeah, it's in the early sort of 2012, 2013 sort of period, I think.
Well, it was around 2010 when I did my review.
Oh, right, there you go. All right, yeah,
That's
it was early on. I don't know what about.
Bud Hops Homebrewers Association. Has somebody figured out what hops are in Bud?
Oh, it's just jump. God, we got quite a lot of comments. Sorry.
I think they blend something like 27 varieties, don't they? Fuck, get out of here, you knobhead. Whoever's writing that.
So my first one,
yeah, 27 different hops.
I do remember watching you review Anchor Porter, and etc. But yeah, Founders.
Flower Power, yeah.
Yeah, Founders. Founders
yeah,
a long time ago. Christ, I don't see many reviews of them no more. I wonder why.
Watching Chad's beer reviews got me wanting to have Flower Power.
Right. Yeah.
There's like Flower Power and like from.
I've heard of them.
And then like Daisy Cutter from Half Acre and stuff like that.
Half Acre, yeah.
Community Beer Works, Banana Split, Milkshake.
I'm just going through in order here.
Single cut, 18 watt. No, so many other half beers.
Yeah, there is so many now.
I'm a little bit. I am bothered with, but all that what came over to the UK too expensive.
There's so many. There's so much easier to get now. It's ridiculous. I'm really surprised how.
I'll buy this over some old other half. Thanks for half a price.
Old other half. So Raggy's chiming in. Local breweries Nottingham produces some amazing beers that I haven't tasted. Haven't tasted yet. Wherever you are, there's breweries.
I don't know what's Nottingham really. I mean, Raptor's the big one over there this way. I want to see Raggy on like was it Centaur's Army? Like that's their big one. Their 12% peanut butter Imperial Stout.
Oh, I
think that's their highest rated one.
That's going to be Raggy Avenue if ever I heard one.
Oh, you think I've not noticed him having much Neon Raptor, and he's got a shitload of Neon Raptor on. Oh, they're the kings of that area, I'd say.
T40's Brewery. I love discovering small local breweries.
Oh, yeah, right.
I think I've heard of them. T40's. Yeah, I've heard of them, but yeah, yeah. Always there's a bit of a conversation now. That's good. That's what we want. We want people to interact. Tastes good from the likes of Cloudwater, Track and Bird. They're three of the big hitters in the UK, of course, but Day are up there.
Yeah, well, Track are tiny. This is the thing people miss, but Track are fucking tiny. Verdant and Cloudwater are significantly bigger. Verdant are like fucking probably double size of Cloudwater.
Yeah, no. I need to break.
Cloudwater aren't big at all.
I need to break the seal again. Everyone's talking to each other. So that's really good. So it's, Harry, how you doing, mate?
He's jumping on, Harry. Come on, lad.
He said he was.
If you got your thingies, if you got your
I'm just going to go for
go on, lad.
I'm just going to go for it, Jimmy.
I'll be on in 15 minutes, he says. It's all right. Craig's off for shit, so I'm going to ruin his channel by promoting my. I
can still hear you.
The pyramid scheme that I've been working on.
I can still hear you. I'm going for a piss.
I'm joking. Shit, I can't slag him off while he's gone. But yeah, no, I'm on, which I didn't show. Well, I like the evening lighting. I don't like to be blinded by the 6 billion halogens in here. Horizon Balance 6.5 from Verdant. 6.5. I'm all for that ABV. I think it's a sensible ABV. Too much. Everything's fucking 8% now. 8.5 and double this, triple that. Oh, bugger all that shit. So it's an IPA hopped with Laurel. One thing Verdant do is they put what's on the hot side, so during the boil, and then the cold side would be the kind of dry hop. So it's Laurel, which I don't love Laurel, but this is really nice. And then Simcoe Laurel Chinook. It's a really nice blend, flavour wise. You're getting that. I think of Simcoe. I think of celery, but so you get a nice kind of clean crispness on that. But on Laurel, I don't really hang on to any specific kind of memories of what Laurel tastes like, because I've never really enjoyed a beer that's been a Laurel showcase. So I don't really remember. But yeah, Simcoe and Mosaic is in 99.999999999% of beers at the moment. It seems that's no bad thing. But yeah, can Craig come back? So, but it's tasty. You never know. I might have another one. I probably. Yeah. Who am I kidding? I am going to have another one. He's back. Boom.
I mean, I could hear you waffling away.
He's filling time.
Hot air. It's all good. Yeah.
Many different releases now to keep up with them. Anything in the Citrus series usually outstanding. Yeah, I think we've had one of that. And that my mate said that was the best of the bunch. But yeah, we're looking at like £10 over here. And they're about, when they landed, they were probably about maybe 6 weeks old, maybe a little bit older. But
I'll let you. Yeah.
I think
yeah.
That's not cheap, but that'd be like £5.60 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's still it's a pretty penny. But if it's a tenner, it's a lot.
I think that's the thing. It's justification, isn't it? It's. I mean, what we got going on in the UK as well. It's like you can get things of the same quality for less. It's all about the old coinage.
Yeah, I've got a friend who imports a load of stuff. There's a lot of trading, and his attitude about them were like, "What? They can be a bit up and down." Harry's going to be here. I think Harry eats later than Harry eats later than Adam. Adam doing his fucking cooking his dinner for 9:30. That's cab time. That
Adam likes. He's a midnight cleaner. Is Adam? Do you know what I mean?
He is, yeah. Thank you, Jagman. Yes, too many bloody 8%.
Yeah.
Beers.
I think when it comes to New England IPA, so many local places make delicious ones. So the other half, Trillium, Treehouse, etc. You guys get similar. Yeah, we do. The price, that's what it's all down to. It's like we've tried these beers and
they're great.
They're world class, of course. But then
not denying that at all. But yeah,
you try the Cloudwater Tracks, Daya's, Verdants of these worlds over here. I mean, and to other extents like Northern Monk, Wylam, that kind of
on the day,
that kind of level. Even
on
like
their day, they can be.
Things like Colonel and stuff like that, or recently Beak. They're on that level where you're paying half the price for some of them for the same level of quality.
Referring to the three that Joe mentioned, half. For me, it feels like they've been maybe slightly saturated. Maybe they've saturated the market a bit. I've heard quality's not. It can be great, can be a bit. I really rate Trillium, and I've had some great stuff from Treehouse, but I've not had that much. I've probably had more Trillium than anything, and I think one thing Harry always said, if he was here, he could say it for himself, was about. I think you can quite consistently go to those breweries, and what you get is world class.
Yeah.
But with the breweries that we're mentioning in the UK, I think his opinion is, not my opinion, is on their day, our breweries can be as good as them.
Yeah.
but maybe not on the consistent basis that somebody like Trillium Treehouse are.
I mean, other half are definitely the more prominent of the three presence in the UK, especially in the last year since you know, in COVID times.
I mean, the thing is, Trillium's big. Trillium's big, but then again, it's just because they're New York and Trillium are a bit further inland with Boston. But
no. Cheers for all these comments, Joe. It's really cool. Yeah, they're great. They probably have been as frozen.
Yeah, well, that's it. Just getting over.
Etc.
If you're air freighting it over, breweries like Cloudwater have done a bunch of events on Wednesdays. They did a Bellwoods one a couple of weeks ago. My mate told me about all the Jelly King he bought yesterday, and but so like Cloudwater air freighted over a load of stuff, and it's been in tip top nick. So I don't mind paying the money for it when I know it's that. But the most recent batch of other half came long way around, probably by boat. So storage conditions not quite as good. And
How you doing, Harry? You're all right, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
What were your favourite of your threes that you had earlier?
The track. The track was fantastic.
Which one did you have?
Don't let it go to your head.
Sure, it can.
I didn't have all the 3 trillion this evening. I just had
the track 3. I really didn't like. I presume the Meridian Hop. I really didn't like it. It was so weird. Not in a nice way.
I didn't notice anything bad about it. I maybe I had a good can. I don't know, but like I didn't notice.
I've never had issues with consistency of track, but there was something about it. I felt so I could see the mosaic. I can completely, but I think mosaic seemed a little bit kind of like pushed off to one side.
Yeah. Okay.
For me, it tasted a little bit, like pink body filler. Body filler, like you mix up and leave to harden and shit.
I do have a tub somewhere.
Lick a bit of body filler. It tastes a bit like how body filler smells. Is that similar
to polyfiller?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh, well, it's close.
Body filler. Yeah, it's like maybe a little bit, but not quite. Yeah.
Just open up and taste some now.
Have a sniff. Have a sniff of some polyfiller and tell me what you get.
Fucking hell. Really?
Not that potent.
That's a bit strong.
That's
me high for the night.
Ding ding.
We was talking about like other half and stuff, like with Joe and stuff.
Yeah, no, I heard. I was listening.
So you got more of an opinion. Well, certainly to me at least, about that subject.
I think other half have gone down massively compared to how they used to be. I think they've definitely, their beers used to be really, really good compared to other UK breweries. I never really ever thought that UK breweries, well, since like 2018, I think we've been on par to an extent with US breweries. But I think more than anything, I think other half have kind of, as their output has increased, especially coming over to the UK, I think their quality has kind of decreased as well. And I think that us seeing loads and loads of other half, I just kind of wonder where it's going in the US. If we're seeing as much as we are, maybe they're not doing too brilliantly on their nationwide sales.
Like you say, I mean, I've not had any other half recently, of course, but
I had one the other day.
I've always wondered about that. They're becoming more available. Lots of like independent shops seem to be getting hold of their beers, and I've always wondered whether the quality is still there, just with the availability that's going on.
I think it's gone down for like the beers I had like 2020 and late half 2019 that I had from other half fresh as well weren't that good compared to how I
must admit, I didn't know other half were in Washington. I know they're in like Rochester, New York, which is fairly close to you, to the east of you, from Buffalo, Joe. But yeah,
It was the double dry hopped Ain't Nothing Nice, which I had recently. Had that
all right.
Thursday, Friday, something like that. And that, it was okay. It was okay. It was pretty good. It wasn't quite, what I remember other half being before.
Yeah. So Jabman's saying that Beer Gorilla is selling American beers at the moment. Have a look at their website. Yeah, and I'm with you that they seem expensive. Yeah, absolutely. When you can get so many good beers here, and that's the key thing. This day and age, it's like you're looking for quality all the time, but if you're paying a quarter or more price that is the same quality you can get locally or in the UK, then why are you doing that?
That's it, isn't it?
That's what it's down to.
Yeah.
I think the Merc revolution in the UK has definitely helped as well.
Yeah, there's a bit of that. There's a bit of that going on as well. Really, really, really great to have Joe commenting for a few hours.
Hey, Joe.
2 seconds. I've got.
Well, I can't hear what Craig said.
I'll let you read it.
Okay. Bellwoods is quite delicious, although much like other half, they're all over the place in Canada and some spots in the US. Bring Out Your Dead is still an amazing barrel-aged beer, though. Bellwoods, I haven't got to try very much from Bellwoods. Have you, Rob?
Not a hell of a lot. There's a fair bit available at the moment because Cloudwater did one of their Wednesday tastings with them.
Okay.
I think I've only ever had Jelly King actually. So a couple of variants of Jelly King, which is great. It was fantastic beer.
Yeah.
But my mate bought about like 4 or 5 different variants from Cloudwater. Yeah, if you've not had it, it's damn good beer. A dry hop sour, kettle sour.
I don't think I've actually had any Bellwoods, to be honest.
Paul from Cloudwater was spaffing his pants about a Bellweiser, so I presume they're just like American light lager. Just that kind of that whole thing. I mean, maybe they were like, because I think he had it up at Brewdog. They were doing their AGM and stuff years ago, and he said, it's a really nice lager, but it's not £6. It's not a £6 kind of lager, really. I mean, nah. But I think there's that fucking attitude. I'm like, it's comes from such a privileged position. Oh yeah, we've had all their amazing stuff, but their lager.
We've had all the best stuff, but the shit one. Yeah, that was the best one.
The really basic stuff is really good. And we're going to make you fucking pay through the nose for it.
I know too many arseholes like that. Far too many people.
It's a general attitude and beer pricks.
Oh yeah. Just on my last can. I mean, it's not the freshest stuff in the world, but there you go. It's beautiful beer still. And it's very nice.
Sorry, what was that? I missed it.
That's hops. Sorry, Live and Direct.
Oh yeah, it's cracking.
From Glasshouse. Yeah.
Soloist. I loved Soloist. New Batch of Sakura was cracking. I'm gonna get my beers, top 10 beers of the month, which I've still got some open slots. So if any breweries want to send me some free beer, then you can find it. And your place on my list.
Have you heard of the Ramsbury Gold? Yes, we'll send you some Ramsbury Gold.
Hey, if I were that down in a pub near you, I'm sure it would be a wonderful moment. And two of my beers are completely they're not objective to the beers. They are beer moments as much as anything.
It's one thing I've said to whoever was watching Fake Dre as I was fucking driving like a rally driver apparently in the van.
Who said that? Like a rally driver?
Window Beer Reviews. Thomas said,
right.
You drive like a rally driver. I'm like, it's a van, mate. Of course I do.
It bounces around like a fucking.
It's a little van in the countryside. Of course I'm driving like a rally driver. But yeah, and I said it to everyone there. I was like, one thing I would love to do is do like it's completely different to how we'd normally do like a bottle share or do like a meet up and stuff. We all tend to meet in cities. I'd like to do a kind of thing like here, but then have a Desi driver. I'll happily be Desi driver. Take you round to local real ale pubs, country pubs, and good ones. Not like there are some shit ones for sure, but
Those
local
country
country
pubs are a
pubs.
bit shit, I'd say.
Oh, there's a bit of fun with them as well, though. There's some of the ones I know, and we could tie it in with doing Siren and stuff like that, and doing Siren and Elusive. But yeah, there's something about country pubs that I love, especially the ones that I'm finding down here, like the ones that are really in the countryside, which have definitely never closed for lockdown. Those are the fun ones you want to go to.
Local pub for local people.
That's basically what it was as well. It was a local pub for local campsite
One of
people.
your types here.
Do you have COVID?
Cheers, Disco.
Fuck off. You're from a city.
In this call?
You have a method of transport. Fuck off.
No, which isn't tractor.
or a barge.
I was hanging on Saturday from Friday night. I didn't have any beer Saturday.
I was hanging on Saturday morning.
Yeah, Craig, you were like on it until like 3 a.m.
What that?
We were.
I think I got up for a piss twice, and you're still on.
I think I dropped off at like 1:30 or something, and I looked back and it was like, oh, I was up till that. Like, Craig.
Yeah.
Classic Ken.
It's good.
Did Harry, as you've joined us now, get on your YouTubes. Tell us what your first 5 reviews were.
Yeah,
They're
first
gonna be-
5
they're gonna be-
we done this earlier.
They're going to be
First
brewed
5
on stuff.
reviews.
There's
We
5
done- we done
reviews. Curious.
Good job on the chug challenge, Harry.
Obviously.
Good job.
Thank you.
He's a born
Stupid.
chugger.
Natural born sugar.
Yeah.
That's me.
Not fucking bad job.
While you're
Bad
doing that,
job.
I'm gonna grab my last one. He says last one. We'll
Yeah.
be here until 3 in the morning with Craig.
No, I fucking won't. I'm on the edge of hanging now. I am. I'm just like, I'm on the edge. I'm like, oh, stomach's like wobbling a little
You're
bit.
on the edge.
I'm not drunk. It's just
The
stomach's
edge,
just not.
the edge, the edge, the edge.
Yeah,
You're on the edge
yeah.
of glory.
Oh, glory. Yeah.
I can see you chugging some beer.
Fuck off. Fucking do it.
How do we go to my oldest bit review?
We'll go on to the app on your phone and then just look oldest first, and then
Sort by
Have a
oldest.
rotation.
There we go. Found it.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Number 1, Brewdog Zeitgeist.
Ooh.
Number 2, Brewdog Hardcore IPA. He's got fuck all
yeah,
reviews because
Brewdogs.
obviously, no, there was a lot of Brewdog because that's what I found. That's my first kind of brewery that I found out about. Number 3 is 7 years ago as well, by the way. Number 3 is Beck's Veer.
Oh, you took a step down, and yeah.
I did. And then number 4 is What Dicky.
Fucking hell.
All over the place. And
Jesus.
number 5
It's like-
is Trashy Blonde.
A lot of Brewdog early doors.
Oh yeah, like first, not all of them are actually uploaded. If we goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 6, 7, 10, 9, 11. Oh, yeah, it's all up there now. That's good. I don't think there's a 13 exists. Oh, there is. Yeah, no, it was a lot of Brewdogs because that's where I used to buy my beer from. Brewdog's online shop when they had a lot of. There's some old breweries on here which you won't remember very much about. Or Black Isle again. Does it Brew by Numbers? 0101. It's on there.
Bloody hell.
0101 Saison Citra, and I got 0801. Brewdog Moshi Moshi, Prototype, Bricks and Porter, Clown King, Dead Pony, Elysian Brewing. Don't see them around anymore.
No, because they got bought out by AB InBev.
Brewdog
Yeah.
Abstract 14.
I had Abstract 1.
Oh, well, you're posh.
Is that Illusion? Is that
Elysian, the thing out there.
yeah.
They're one of the early ones that got bought out by AB
Yeah,
InBev.
yeah.
one of the first ones.
The brewery that did the peach Hefeweizen or something like that, and then Budweiser made the advert slagging that kind of shit off, even though they own a brewery that are famous for a very similar beer.
Look at that, I've got half in grocery stores in New York State now, which is bizarre. That tells you a lot of where they're going.
My 39th beer review was Pivovar Moskva, Stary Melnik Zolotoye.
39th.
39th beer review is a really fucking hard to get hold of Russian lager. That's the way I went with my channel. Anderson Valley as well. Jesus. Some Elysian again. Thwaites. Some Finnish beer. I think I must have been buying from Beers of Europe and stuff at the time as well.
Yeah. That's a good question here from Severio. Which of the UK breweries has lost a lot of momentum lately, and which are the ones that accumulated more and more?
Magic Rock, they've lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beaver Town.
You don't hear about them,
Yeah.
at all.
Not really. I'm actually looking at my old stuff now, so I'm not sure. It's like what Buxton. Definitely, they're well and truly off the boil.
Yeah.
Very little interest in Buxton these days. It appears, but
Have you seen of one of the breweries that was accelerating massively during lockdown being Brew York? What have you seen from Brew York recently? I don't think I've seen anything.
I really don't like Brew York's beer. So.
I don't like them either. I like Ton Coco.
Yeah,
that's about it.
I like Ton Coco.
The stouts are good. Yeah, the stouts are good.
Yeah.
But the power beers don't go there. There's other breweries do better. That's the way I look at them.
I think that's the thing with a lot of breweries is they have like one certain style like nail every single time, and there's others which are not their best.
I think Beaker are up and coming brewery.
Yeah.
I do like Arbor. I think I've
Harbour.
The boys.
Arbor. Not
The
Harbour.
Glasshouse boys.
Yeah, Glasshouse, absolutely.
Yeah.
I definitely take
Glasshouse. I mean, when I've had them, they've been really good. And that was years ago. Always knew they were going to break through at some point. It's just not had any of their cans yet. But yeah.
I was quite envious. I saw the tap room this weekend.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram.
I was going to message Charles and be like, so I have a proposition. I might still do it like May time. Might go up. I don't know when I don't know whether I've got a free weekend, to be honest. It's a question.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got plenty of potentials in the pipeline, and you still got to be careful. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't want to be careful, but
after the sights you see of London and fucking protesters again.
they're fucking just morons.
It's only London as well that's happening in. I mean, Bristol did happen, but it's only like London. Where
Yeah, but the thing is, they're
fucking concentration of idiots.
But these people that are moaning the most could prolong the fucking situation as long as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like you're just so fucking selfish. You know, there could be a potential spreading event, and then, we're going to get locked down because you wankers have been moaning about being locked down. Fucking grow a brain.
so I dropped out for a minute, and then I'm back.
You missed nothing. I was just warning you.
So,
So,
it's the Londoners.
yeah, I just don't get it. Just
I don't understand why they're still going on about it. Is my thing now. It's like we're just about to come out, and then they've still got something to moan about.
Seems like a fucking excuse, doesn't it? Really, for fucking smelly people with dreadlocks to gather. Well, always the same type of people, aren't they? I just want to punch them all in the face. Like equally as bad as just completely
Smelly people with
fucking
dreadlocks.
right-winged chinless wankpot who's spouting off on I don't know his fucking name. Is that actor?
Keir Starmer.
No.
Keir Starmer's thing that he did going into. Oh, do you see the thing? He went into someone's pub. If you see
And they turfed him out.
Yeah, and he came out and was shouting at him and saying that XYZ didn't really listen to what he said. But then he proceeded to walk into this guy's pub, and then someone shouts, "He's the landlord!" And then he'd been fucking like slating him before and having an argument with him in the street. Proceeded to walk in his pub, and he was like, "No, you're not coming in my pub." Just shows how out of touch they all are, more than anything.
Well, that's a surprise.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah. I could all fucking do one. But yeah, the video I've seen of like Soho and stuff in London just seems mental. At the moment around here, if you look at trains on a weekend, there's engineering works, so don't travel to London on the weekend.
Mm.
I don't know if it's either a good idea to just do a lot of engineering works while you've got the opportunity, while people aren't travelling all that much, or is it also a way of people not going to London?
Conspiracy theories.
I don't know if it is. I think it's one or other.
London's not that. London's really quiet.
It's not if you go to some videos I've seen on news.
It's not where Sky are.
But obviously certain areas. But I mean, when I was there last weekend, it was fine. I only travelled around in bus.
That's Croydon.
Yeah, but
you're going to Camden.
It's Shoreditch.
But I was, I went to King's Cross, and it was really quiet for London.
Okay.
Really quiet.
So
Battersea
trains going up middle from.
I travelled on buses and stuff, and there was hardly anyone on buses, and there's more people on buses around here. So.
I
was really, obviously, I only travelled out like once in 2 weeks, but it was alright. Everyone's still really cautious, generally, I think.
Yeah. Which
is encouraging to see.
Yesterday I was in a traffic jam going down the fucking high street, and I was like, oh, it's like the good old days.
Yeah.
It was, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have gone down here. And it was busy down the high street. But
was you on your Drayman? Was you on your Drayman?
Yeah, when I was driving down in the van. And
I thought you was a head
No, I'm a Drayman. That's me. Eternally a Drayman.
Yeah.
No, there's people I'll be talking to on Monday, which is why I went into work on Saturday. There's some people I will have to speak to because, but yeah, it's it was fun. I got to do a nice trip.
On my last beer, I'm bald.
You bad?
I'm bald. You're bald. Mama, please push down.
See those. Everyone used to go on about Bueno Shake when it first came out.
Yeah,
I love Bueno. I love a Bueno.
I love a Bueno, but not a Bueno Shake.
I've still got. They've got an Imperial version. We just brought out an Imperial.
Have they?
Yeah.
I mean, they could do with improving their Bueno Shake in the first place before bringing out an Imperial.
Well, I've not had it. I've still got it. I've had it since early March, something like
Okay. Well, it's like what Rob said earlier about, everyone just doing doubles and triples and, fucking crazy IPAs. I'm not interested in them. I just want to have like a sessionable pale ale made very well. That's what I want.
Glasshouse.
Glasshouse, all the Glasshouse pales, juicy bangers, sessionable, pintable, smashable, bang 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 bang.
that. I've always been into that though. Personally, I even like table beers and stuff. If it's brewed really well, it's bags of flavour. More for them.
Yeah.
But then you get people, session IPA, this or whatever it is. I don't class it as a style personally, but
I think there's a lot of session IPAs that can be quite watery and quite thin. And
what are pale ales?
Meh. Well, they're not. I think pale ales are better than session IPAs.
Yes, I completely agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
They've got a bit more malt character as a pale ale.
Yeah. No, I just like that ABV where it's just full of flavour.
It's about 4.5, 5.
Yeah, session IPAs are very watery compared to a pale.
I'd be happy if the session IPA disappeared. I think in favour of the table beer. Table beer flavours them low, like super low ABV. 2 points something.
I mean, this is one of the best table beers. It's up there with Colonel.
Because because pale ale is. I had a track pale ale earlier, which was probably a lot more pokey than your average cask pale ale. But I think you should allow a nice kind of like area to be available to kind of manoeuvre in there. I think you can have a track pale ale for 5.2, for example. And you can have a Brewdog Punk IPA for 5.4, which class itself an IPA. I think that's all well and good. It's all about kind of like how you're constructing that beer. Is what makes it what it is. So yeah, making a table beer opposed to an IPA, it's not a really bright hop character, but just the kind of the like excessive hopping, which actually doesn't get you anywhere. Because now I think our excessive hopping is all now at the top end. It's all about strong beers with really excessive hopping. So the wheat beers don't need that, and I don't think so these days.
Yeah. So Savarius saying, I know Beavertown has lost momentum several years ago. Now I've heard that Cloudwater Brewery would also have lost momentum since they have decided to enter into the world of supermarkets. I don't know about Cloudwater.
Time will tell.
Yeah, I think it's too soon to say that. I'm only doing it on my personal thing.
Yeah, me too.
Same.
So,
I think
general,
you're not going to bother with buying Cloudwater, are you, Craig? I think did I hear you say that or something? But not for the foreseeable. And I think I've got one in the cupboard, and I got that because I thought that.
Yeah, I drank my Troubles on Friday, and I didn't review it. It was really good.
Yeah.
But that was my last beer that I've got in the fridge, so that's it.
Yeah, I bought one about a month ago because I was like, right, you know what? I've had this thing against Cloudwater for such a long time. Maybe I should actually finally buy one. So I thought I'll buy one from a local bottle shop, known very well, in at home over in Newbury, and picked it up. And it's still sitting there. It's like a double IPA or something. And then after everything happened, I was like, I've got one Cloudwater in the fridge. Do I review this or do I just drink this? And I thought, you know what, I'll still review it. It has to be a weekend beer because it's a bit strong. Or it's like 8-10%. I can't do that during the week at the moment, especially. So yeah, I'll give it a go. Weekend after next because I've got the fucking Spectrum series on Friday night, which I'm looking forward to.
Doing them all, fucking
all of them. It's got to be done.
God bless you.
Yeah, that's Raggy would say.
Yeah. Cheers, Davil, mate. Cheers for chiming in, mate. Appreciate it. Hope you're keeping well. You drinking anything?
Yeah.
Cheers, Davil.
Excuse me. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna be drinking this, and that'll be it.
Oh, I've got half a can.
Yeah, I've got that. So about what? Quarter of an hour.
Yeah, it's like I'll drink it if I like the sound of it, but I'm not gonna. I don't feel like I can be like a vocal advocate for Cloudwater anymore.
Mm.
I don't. I feel, yeah.
I love them as a brewery. The beers they produce, they're really, they are very, very good. They always have been. But then there comes to a point. It's not just all about what good beers they produce. It's all the noise in the background. I find.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of noise.
Yeah. Yes.
Far too much. Far too much noise for a brewery. For me personally.
Yeah. And then that's what's going to bite me in the arse. I've still not got through it all yet because there's so much stuff I've been taking, and because I wanted to leave a message on Craft Beer Channel's video about it, but I really just don't think I've got the kind of writing skills or space or anything to fully communicate everything.
I mean, if you haven't, I definitely haven't. So that's why I do video rather than I'm not a beer.
No, but even that sense, I don't think I don't think I can verbally put it across effectively.
Yeah,
and there might be certain things I want to say and certain opinions. This sounds a lot more ominous than it is. I'm not fucking getting on the Reichstag, but I mean, I just I think there might be opinions that might not be popular, because of how online, how social media is in its state.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
people,
yeah,
you will.
and
I feel I'll get piled on for being quite innocuous in a lot of my opinions, but there's certain things that I think people are overlooking, and to certain people's benefits, and I think I just people as people how people treat me, and how you can perceive people as well. I guess at a certain point, if you seem like a fucking dodgy bastard or a bit of an arsehole or a fucking bit of an online agitative cunt, then I don't think that if that's how you want to, if you're doing a bad job at projecting yourself, then that's your problem. And if that's all I can go on, really. And I'm not naming names, but you kind of look at certain people, maybe connected to that project, and you think, well, they seem thoroughly unpleasant, but then I know somebody who I like who says they're really lovely. And I just think, well, it's because everybody's just trying to fucking grease the wheels and position themselves in certain ways. So much fucking bullshit politics going on that you can't kind of like, but you can't slag someone off because, or be honest about someone, because then maybe that goes against you in a professional capacity. So I want to absorb it all and form an opinion, but then again, I don't think I want to share that opinion fully because I think it's not going to do me any good. Not that I'm going to be like I'm not. As I said once again, I'm not Tommy Robinson or something, but I don't want to get unfair. I don't want to get unfairly fucking chastised by saying, you know what, this person has got some very suspicious things in their past. This person conducts themselves in a quite unpleasant way online, in my opinion, because I know there will be. Because I know how that even people who I class as friends would react to that, because maybe I'm older, maybe I've considered these things a bit more, maybe I'm not as fucking reactionary, maybe not I'm not easily as fucking pulled in by bullshit.
I mean,
I don't know.
For some reason, when all that Cloudwater thing blew up, was it last Wednesday? I think it was last Wednesday.
But before that, I think, Monday. Well, if you'd have Sunday when you got the fucking scoop
Well,
on
no,
it on
When
Harry.
it all got aired on
No,
this dirty channel.
No, I saw, but I'd heard rumbles before that for some reason.
Yeah, there was
People
like
messaged-
people saying
people would message me like, I'm not interested anyway. I didn't want to scoop. I wasn't interested because it's boring anyway. But it is. It's just.
well,
I was more interested. I was more interested about Vault Cities than Cloud Wars.
Isn't it? Isn't.
Wylam's is quite funny as well.
Yeah,
Wylam's,
I heard
Wylam
that
going into
Wylam
Tesco. No,
got a
no.
bit of a
That was
fucking
That was a good. That was a
bit of
good
an
pistol.
ideal.
I love that.
Because of that. But why would
I
have
love
been
that. I thought-
M&S anyway?
Yeah, they have.
But no, I wasn't that fussed about it. I mean, and then on the day when it was released, I for some reason I had so many private messages about it. What do you think about it? And I'm not. I don't care. I don't. I wanted to post something, but then and then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to post what I think because it's just I don't want to feed into it. All right, I've had a few beers on a Friday night. I'll let rip a little bit, but here and there.
Yeah, I think I've already commented on this probably on Friday, but
but
it did. I mean, it really did. It did affect me actually.
It did
more than
affect
it
me
should
as
have done.
well. It affected me as well. Although I don't drink as many of their beers as you did, but
No, it was
like
more
yourself,
that.
I was there from the start when it first started, and the V series, all the bottles, everything that come out, I was on, and then as soon as they started canning, that's when, as I said in other streams, that's when it really kind of it got too much for me to keep up with, and not that I didn't want to try their beers, it was just finances at the time. Was it 2 or 3 beers a week?
Yeah,
and it just got too much.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, and that's when from then on it was like, I think it was about May or June of 2017. Because I remember when it was roughly, because I was meeting up with Jake every other week in Canterbury, and that's when I suddenly realised when my fear of missing out bubble burst. And then everyone else started canning like ridiculous amount of beers every week, and it just went crazy from there.
Yeah.
I remember them doing their kind of like their jump from bottles to cans, and them going like, yeah, so we're just going to do like, before it was like, one a month is what they were doing, or 1 to 2 a month with the double IPAs series.
Yeah, you can keep up.
It was easy to keep up with.
Yeah, but they were releasing about 4 beers a month.
Yeah, but it was just like the double
range,
IPA. Yeah, it was just this specific range, and then they moved to like, okay, we're going to brew. Was it 2? It was like 1 a week, 2 a fortnight, is what they said, and they were doing their fortnightly releases at the time. And then even then, like after they said that, that was not what was going on. They were releasing more. They were releasing like 3, 4. And then it was like, for fuck's sake, like you couldn't keep up. And then for a lot of people, I think FOMO was a big thing back then. I think because there wasn't too many breweries.
It really, it was.
Compared to what there are now.
My financial situation changed back then, and I was at the point of just about keeping up. It was just about with my budget and what people were reducing fitted quite well, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then it went off the scale after that.
Yeah.
You just can't. You can't. That's when it changed for me. I didn't give a shit anymore. But there's still people now. Somehow, have got that FOMO thing going on. It's like, how are you affording to?
I don't think that's a. Well, you can't keep them all, but I mean, maybe there's some stuff that has more prevalence than others in that sense. But I mean, I don't think it's a brewery specific thing anymore. Tracker one of the hardest ones to fucking buy. Sometimes it appears. When they bring over those American beers, they sell out in like 20 seconds. Brought over some like Humble Seed this week, and I felt like, well, I'll get some, but by the time I got back from it goes on sale at 4. I pick Owen up at some school at 3:30 and walk back. It's about 4:10. By the time we sorted out, and it's all gone. Oh well, never mind.
Yeah.
I had to try some, but it's not the end of the world. But I mean, as far as like Cloudwater, I don't know how many. I don't know if I said it. I don't know how many. Don't know, repeat myself, but it is a more personal thing. It feels not that we're like fucking best buds are out. Anybody in particular, but I'm friendly with a bunch of people at Cloudwater for a while, and it just feels a bit uncomfortable now. I feel a bit like something uncomfortable about it all.
Yeah.
I feel like I really don't buy into what you're doing anymore. And I think you're fooling yourselves these days as well. And you're putting on a brave face.
Do you think there's an element that I've seen this with, weirdly, with what I'm seeing this at least with Wildcard as well.
Really, I don't know.
I just follow chains of people and talks. That do you think with someone like Paul having a lot of other interests, do you see him pushing the brewery into a line of just trying to get it so it's fully commercialised, then just fucking it off and moving on to something else? Because I definitely see that with Wildcard.
See, I never thought that. Completely opposite. I kind of saw them as being a bit more Colonel-esque, that were happy to grow in an organic fashion and do things in an ethical manner and grow in a steady rate if that's what it was. Don't outstep themselves. Stick to their ideologies. Be faithful to who they are. That's what I felt it was going to be. And I mean, I don't think anybody could have any issue with Colonel because they have completely done that. God bless them. But then we were talking about Wildcard that who are kind of like setting themselves up to be bought out. Northern Monk are very much that. Yeah. Absolutely Northern Monk are that. But I don't. And I mean, I don't buy as much Northern Monk as I used to, but that's often to do with and inside info. If fucking with Death Star going into supermarkets, I don't know if it's been fully announced, but
I've seen all sorts of talk.
Yeah, it's got. Yeah, I know. It's not going to be if you got if you got to try the original one. It's not going to be that beer because that beer was this nuts brew day where loads of things went wrong, so they had to boil longer, and then loads of fucking weird anomalies because of like additions and putting that weird stuff started happening, and they got like a 25% yield from that beer because of everything that happened. Wow. So the beer that you'll get in Tesco's for £5, which I paid $5.99, actually $6.99 for, the original one, you have a relationship to it. It's not the same beer. It's kind of nice.
It's not going to be. Not that price. It's not going to be.
But yeah, it's not Northern Monk anyway. But Northern Monk, yeah, absolutely setting themselves out up to be sold, and I don't buy as much as I used to do. I've got no issue with them really. I see it for what it is. But yeah, exactly. If Track or Beak or whoever,
so we've had
exactly. If you don't talk shit, if you don't chat shit, then nobody's going to have an issue with you.
Yeah.
If you are just a business.
So Davil's thrown this question. It's been there for a while. Do you recommend Dick Brewco? I've not really. Have you had anything from them? I don't think I've had anything from them.
I've been to their tap room years ago, like 2017, 2018, or 2017 time. and I have a mate Donica, who used to be the head brewer there.
All right.
Since he left, I haven't tried anything, which would have been 2019, I think it would have been. And yeah, they were good. They were going places as well. They've started doing those little stubby bottles with the wax tops as well, and then they've started doing some cans too.
Bizarre. Yeah.
Wax tops on a stubby bottle is very weird, but it's just looks cool.
But then so is wax on a can as well. Which is it?
Wax on can.
Multi garden or whatever it is in
Garden.
Poland.
Yeah, Garden. They do it.
Which is weird.
Yeah, it's
apparently
odd doing it on a can.
rate their beer quite highly. So according to Davos, so. This is a little while ago, 10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
just
I
through some comments. Yeah, just run through some comments. So I feel like really bad that I'm not. I'm drinking a Westmail Triple, by the way. Nice one.
Mm.
I was saying cheers to Devil. Cool. You're saying cheers back. We got Palm from PA Brew News Reviews.
Hey, Palm.
Or something like that.
Hey, honey.
How you doing, all right? Going to shut this down probably in about 10 minutes or so, just to. My little one's like, I miss you. She's been asleep already, but she's woken up, so bless her. So yeah, cheers, Paul. Hope you're keeping well, brother. Westmail, yeah, they always do. They're always a classic beer to try. Indeed, delicious stuff. They are. I mean, I'd like to try some of the newer beer they've done the last 6 months or a year. I'll try that at some point. You are still chatting, indeed. Been on Travelling Madness website, and I'm about to put a mega order in. 75 quid, I think, is for free delivery. So, I thought you had no money, you fucker. What's all this? Yeah, I've got no money.
I just spunk it all up. Trembling Madness.
I've got no money, but I'm on Trembling Madness. Yeah. Don't tell the missus, I reckon he'll say. That would be the answer to that one. Yeah, it's good. So fully enough, not really. I've had them, but I've not reviewed them or anything like that. Yeah, Trembling Madness are really good. I mean, they are really good prices for what you're getting. Paul's chiming in. Going to grab an aged case of Fillion Grand Cru here soon. Fucking hell. Yeah, some twat don't know what he's got, and he's like, yeah, you can have that for $10.
I'd buy that for $10. Imagine shifting over here. You'd get like all the beers ever.
Yeah, absolutely. Solid choice indeed for Westmail. Savaro's chiming in saying, "Oof, not a bad beer." Yeah, indeed. We got Square Table Generics podcast. How you doing, brother? Hope you're keeping well. You're doing well with your channel at the moment as well. I've been looking at that and stuff. It's been really cool. Yeah, so
because it's called STD podcast.
Yeah, well, there is that. There is that element. So yeah, fair play.
It's not the content I was expecting.
Thomas sent
Does
earlier.
no one have work?
It certainly did. Jesus Christ. I feel like doing some yoga.
I clicked that at work.
Yeah.
I was like, I should not be watching this at work.
Yeah.
It wouldn't open on my phone.
It did.
It opened eventually, don't you worry. Assistance.
The 2012 750 Fillion triple was just ridiculous. Well, you didn't like it then? Okay.
I'm not a big fan of Symphonion.
Symphonion.
I'm not a fan.
I had them years ago. Pre-reviewing days.
I remember I had a can of it. I had a can of Saison. And a bit like
that doesn't work. Saison in a can is just
Cantillon.
Yeah, that was an April Fool's joke. as an April Fool's one, that was.
What was?
It was funny. It
Oh,
was funny.
fucking
Cantillon.
Cantillon's so old. We did that back in. We did that back in Clink back in 2018. We made Cantillon.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Do you feel some breweries should return to bottles for
No.
recreating of a? No.
I think stars. He should be star specific. But then, for example, Burning Sky do a bunch of bottles for the ones that should be in bottles. So
Yeah, but
yeah, I mean, don't put an IPA in a bottle. That's just daft.
But there's certain styles that work better in bottles, I think. I mean, like saisons and stuff like that. I think they work. They can still work in. They can work in either, but I think they still work in bottles. If that makes sense. So,
I think we say son, and a lot of Belgian styles. That's why they have that fucking toughened glass, isn't it? Because it is
it's
potentially
proper
volatile.
glass. It's proper big, thick.
Because there is potential for kind of a build up of CO2. And the secondary fermentation in the bottle.
Yeah.
But if you
yeah, all cases. I think it's referring to all cases for $10 or less, which I think was regards to. Let me just have a look.
The Sauvignon. 12-year-old saisons. Might be like vinegar, but
which is ridiculous. Yeah, it could be shit, proper wrong, but you pay money, you take your choice, I guess.
exactly.
What's
Be
Paul
after a
paying?
winner.
Paul, what are you paying for them? Hopefully, no more than
$10 or less. $10 or less, you said.
Oh,
So
happy days.
It's worth a punt. If you get a duffer, then it's $10. If you don't, you're in for a winner. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Do you feel about somebody? Oh, we've done that one. Have we done that one? He's at work. Go to work then. Fuck off. For watching.
Paul's a sheet metal worker, by the way.
Never drinking saison anyway. It's garbage style.
Don't fucking buy anything, you lemon.
I just don't. Yeah, there's contradiction. That's all right. Gear expensive, sour, drivel too. Yeah, well, go back to fucking work as well. Love you. I walked out with $250 worth for $65. That's worth a punt then, isn't it? Really?
I think it's talked to Adam about his Brew by Numbers earlier.
There's a lot of fucking saison that
Still. Did he finally get? He finally got his fucking Brew by Numbers beers.
No.
So I really wanted them.
Simon, did he pay for them?
No, Brew by Numbers. Adam's like.
Adam.
Like Brew by Numbers beers.
I thought you said Simon. Sorry, I thought you said
Simon. Simon would have paid for those Tesco beers.
Oh yeah, well,
he's not.
That's all.
As much to his chagrin, he's not in Domo's back pocket, is he? Because he's not hot on Instagram.
Yeah, the thing that makes me laugh about Simon is if someone gets them before him, he thinks they've been sent to them, which is a fucking.
Because he's not been sent them. Yeah, he's a fucking child.
Myth. It's a myth. It's a grow up. I love him to bits, but fucking hell, man.
I don't know if I do.
He's
just going slowly up his own arsehole.
Well, yeah, but it's just there's no entitlement. I don't care who you are. It's just no one's entitled.
Exactly. No one's entitled to anything.
Yeah.
Whoever you think you might be.
Never.
Chaps, I'm going to shoot off.
I've
Yeah,
got
I'm
that
about
much
to,
left anyway.
Yeah,
um,
Well, hang on, Harry, for the end.
okay.
yeah, so
I've
we
got
might as
that
well
much
just hang on for a couple of minutes.
Craig, wind it up with.
Yeah, putting in this price at 112, I think, which I see I can get. Yeah, well, you won't like it. Anyway, I'm just going to drink this off camera. Thanks
in front
for
of the camera.
Rob and Harry and Adam joined earlier on as well. So thanks for them. Everyone in the comments, really appreciate it. It's a short little stream, quite short and sweet. 2 hours 22 minutes, not bad.
Short,
yeah.
2 hour stream.
Short it is. It's a short, sweet one. And so yeah, thanks for all the comments. Thanks for anyone who watches after the fact. And I'll be around on Friday, 8 p.m. if anyone's around. So Jake Man says cheers all. And that's it. Cheers for all your comments. Really appreciate it. Have a good week. Sleep well. And see you soon. Cheers.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I've got to press end broadcast.